Welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is our regular Wednesday chat with Ljubica and I. Hi Ljubica, how you going?
Lynn.
And today our topic is reaching for help, and it's a big one. And so I think it would be nice if we start as usual, just a quick just dropping into our body and into our inner wisdom, and really centering ourselves so that we can concentrate on the words. So if you just like to close your eyes, take a big deep breath in and a big sigh out, right down into your belly. Just do this a couple of times. And then just returning to your normal breath, focusing on your breath. Be aware of the cool air coming in through your nostrils and the warm air coming out. Just keep your awareness on your breath and feel into your body, feeling it relax. Your spine nice and straight and your feet flat on the ground, and give your shoulders a bit of a wriggle. Relax them and have your hands gently on your lap. Focusing inward. And if you're able to sit, remaining in this state with your eyes closed, please feel welcome to do so as we speak. Alternately, if you're unable to do that, just try and focus on our words. So I'll hand it over to you, Ljubica, to introduce our topic for today.
Thank you, Lynn, and welcome everyone. So happy to spend some time with you again. Unfortunately, we couldn't go live this morning, but all is perfect as always. Lynn and I are here recording this video for you. And today we're talking about topic reaching out for help. Why this topic? Because we are living in times that help is needed more than ever. I believe we have all been in situation when we needed help in one or the other way. Don't you agree, Lynn?
Absolutely.
It could be need for physical or material help, or mental support, or emotional support. Yeah, we've all been there, and it's so important to be able to ask for help. Now, I have made a few notes here, so I don't want to drag forever with this conversation, but rather focus on the important bits and pieces. That's why I made myself notes, because I can get dragged out. As you know, Lynn, Lynn's here to pull me, pull me back if I start rambling on. Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. Can I just say too that if anyone's got any questions, please feel free to leave them below or send us a direct message to either of us, and we very happily answer any questions you may have.
Absolutely.
On
Thank
that
you,
note,
Lynn.
I send it back to you. Sorry for
Thank you.
interrupting.
No, that's all perfect.
Mm.
So, have you been able, or have we been able to give ourselves permission to ask for help? Or have we shrunk into our little cocoon of suffering? What is behind our inability to ask or reach for help? What prevents us? Is it shame, fear of judgment? Is it guilt? Or is it perhaps denial of existence of that problem? I know, because I have experienced this so many times, that there's always a lot of emotions involved in when this need for help arises. So before we go into further conversation, I would like to invite Lynn to share her own experience when she needed to reach for help. And we will go from there.
Thanks, Ljubica. So for me, the example that comes to mind is having young children during the 80s, and there was a particular book that came out called Superwoman that said, you know, you can do it all. You can have a career and a family. And back then we used to entertain in the home a lot and raise children and go to the gym and look after yourself and do it all the things that now is kind of just part of life, and rightly so, maybe, I'm not sure. The thing was, the idea of being a superwoman is that you didn't need help, that we were capable of doing all these things. If we remember back to the 80s, women were being employed more full time, and it was a different place in time. Anyway, my dilemma was that I had 4 little children under 3. I had twins last, so I was a very busy mum. I did have a part-time job, and I did all the things because I was going to be super mum. And the thing that struck me also was people would say to me, "Oh, all those children, how do you cope?" Which for me, for my personality, was like a red rag to a bull. So I'll show you how I can cope, really focusing outside of myself on worrying about what other people were thinking. So yeah, I did. I put that pressure on myself the whole time and didn't ask for help. And it really burnt me out. And as the kids grew and the pressure came off, I guess, of having little ones, that way of being didn't stop. And I continued that on for many, many years. And I found it a weakness to ask for help. And so really just did myself no favors at all. And I also didn't do favors to the people around me, because my friends and family all wanted to help, but I wouldn't allow that because I was superhuman. And really, we're not superhuman, and we're not alone in this world. We're here to be part of a community, and to ask for help is really a natural part of that process. So I think, is that enough for the moment, Ljubica, and sharing my story? I guess we all have different reasons for
No,
asking for help, and that for me is something that really stands out, because it sort of started a lifelong pattern of not asking for help. Yeah.
that's a perfect share. I love it because I definitely can relate to that, and I believe so many women over there, especially women, can relate to your story.
Thanks,
For
Ljubica.
me, if you have if you are complete with your story, I would like to share mine. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
welcome. Thank you.
For me, it's more related, and I really want to share this for to in hope to assist many men. Actually, my story is has more of a fatal consequences had, and I will talk about very sensitive thing for me, but I will open my heart and do it. So I'm asking you to support me in my vulnerability. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
So uh, the this experience is about my husband. That was quite a few years ago. He was diagnosed with cancer, stage 4 cancer. Before years before that, I believe he knew that there is something going on, and I also believe that there was um, not just physical need for help, but there was also, as a wife living next to him, seeing him day after day, every moment, I knew that there is also um, a bit of the depression, anxiety involved in everything. However, being a man, I believe he had seen this as a weakness to reach for help. Um, um, he wouldn't go to see the doctor. He knew that there was something going on in his body as well, but reaching for help, no. He had everything was around for him. Everything was in place. All the help needed, but something in him was preventing him from asking for help until he did. And when the time came that he reached for help, it was already pretty late. He got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And 3 years later, he passed away. I'm not asking anyone here, I'm not telling this story for anyone to feel sorry for me or for him. This is a story, this is an example, the extreme example. This is the extreme example, not to frighten anyone, not to give you fear about what might happen, and to give you the worst possible scenario, although it is, but the purpose is to bring an awareness, especially for men. We often, because we are women can relate to our stories. This is particularly for men who see asking for help as weakness. Thank you. I really appreciate everybody who's listening to this, and I appreciate your understanding and the point that I was trying to make with telling this story. So I really appreciate your support, because this sharing is very deep and coming from my heart. So thank you.
Thanks, Ljubica.
Um, and I believe, Lynn, you had to share around vulnerability, which I touched on right now.
Mm,
What does that mean, being vulnerable for
yeah,
you?
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that story. And it just highlights there's so many ways of asking for help. And there's so many reasons for asking for help, whether it's professional help or asking your friend just have a coffee with you and have a chat. For each of it's just as important. For each of us, it's important, and it's not why you're asking for help. It's the ability within you to ask for help. For me, when I ask for help when I need it, it says I'm a self-aware, worthy human being, and I'm just as worthy of help as the next person. But back in those days when I was younger, asking for help, I didn't ask for help because I felt weak or stupid or unworthy of another person's time.
Yeah.
So when we're vulnerable enough to ask for help, we're also showing a lot of courage and understand in ourselves that we need to change, and asking for help is really taking inspired action.
Yeah.
And it's a balance between being a powerful, independent woman who I really wanted to be, and I still believe I am, but also recognizing that we're really stronger when we work together, and that we're not alone in this world. We gain power from interacting with other people and sharing stories and sharing our lives. That's all part of being a human being. So, you know, also you're a living example then to others that it's okay to ask for help. And in my example, I empowered other people. Well, I didn't personally empower, but it gave them the power to let their light shine and to help me, and that made them feel good because they were able to do something when they could probably clearly see that I needed help, but I was pushing it back. So in giving them the opportunity to help me, that created a greater bond between us as well. And that was probably on a personal level, well, that's with friends and family, but it also, professional people train because they want to help you. So in asking for professional help, there is no weakness in that either. I think it just shows that you are a self-acknowledged, a self-aware person. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, yeah. You touched a few like beautiful points, and it's and anything we share here, it's about bringing awareness. We are not here to like give you something that you don't already have. You have
Exactly.
everything. It's just awareness of everything for you to go further, reach for help. Actually, reach,
Mm,
just to put your hand up. Oh, I need help. Can you guide me? Can you navigate me? Can you help me
mm,
with this? Lynn and I are both, I believe. I
mm.
believe, Lynn, I can say that for you too. We are here to help. Um, so if you don't mind, I will just go through some other points, Lynn. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. So happy
Yeah.
to listen for sure.
Okay. Uh, so it's easy to kind of easy to offer help. Don't you
Mm,
agree, Lynn? It's quite
absolutely.
easy when you see somebody that's really needing help say, I can help you. But how comfortable can we be to ask for help?
Mm,
How comfortable we are? Or when we, even when we accept that help, how do we feel? Do we feel, mm, I owe something to give in return? How open we are to receive? That's another question
mm,
which is also as important as reaching for help. You don't want to receive, you don't want to accept that guilt
mm.
gift And well, guilt then comes. I can't give back. Receiving is also part of that, but that's another subject, but it is kind of part of that. Be open to receive. So if you, Lynn, don't have anything, have you got anything else to add before I just say I've got some words of wisdom to share here before we wrap it up?
Just that, yes, not asking for help and feeling that as a weakness, that guilt comes under that umbrella too. I can't pay you back, or how am I going to pay you back is also, that guilt is also part of that not feeling worthy.
And that might actually be the key to prevent you from asking for help. So examine yourself even before you recognize that need, that you need somebody's assistance. What is that that's preventing you? Is that part that I might not be able to give anything in return?
Absolutely, because back in those days for me, the only way I would ask for help is if I could pay for it. So there was an exchange. You weren't doing a favor for me. I was paying for your service. So I would get a house cleaner to come in, or someone to wash the windows or something, but I would not do anything unless there was that exchange. And
that's not how the life works. We are not like playing with the ball, throwing at each other back and forth. It's just that the life is actually like a net spider web that we all connect through different ways. We don't go just one way, back and forth. I help you, you help someone else, and the other one helps. So that's how it works.
Absolutely.
So if you remember that's how it works. Accepting without needing to give anything in return.
Yeah, because we are, like you say, so good at giving, but much harder to receive. Yeah.
So if you don't mind, Lynn, I will just say a few words of wisdom, and we will be then ready to wrap it up so we don't drag this conversation for too long, so you can gain the real value out of this. Okay. So my advice for the one needing help, I have written a few words here. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. By showing your vulnerability, you are offering others the opportunity to open their hearts and be vulnerable too. That's where the channel of unconditional love opens up. That's where we connect. That's where the healing begins. Be open to receive without feeling of need to give anything in return. For the one who is giving, through giving, we show generosity, kindness, and charity. True giving is only when we mentally and emotionally detach from what we have given. Giving without need to talk or think about it again. True giving and helping is giving without expecting anything in return. Another thing I just wanted to quickly add is for those who are giving and offering help, be truthful to yourself. Have you got your cup full? Or are you offering help just because you're used to offering help? But that takes us to another subject, which is boundaries. Make sure you refill your cup before you offer help. So,
and ask yourself why you're offering help to so many other people and not filling your own cup.
Yes.
Question.
And so, yeah, but that takes us to another subject, which we will, I believe, talk about some other time.
Everything leads to another subject, doesn't it? But so we've found that ourselves in our conversations.
Like we are linked to each
Part of
other. All the
life.
subjects are linked to one another, so nothing's separate. Everything's
No,
fluid.
absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for those words, Ljubica. And yeah, I think there's some real wisdom in what we've learnt and what we're sharing here today. And I hope that anyone watching this has gained even just a little piece of something, then I'm really happy about that. So
Yes.
on that note, unless you have something further to say, Ljubica, we might just wind it up. Thank you. So if you'd just like to close your eyes briefly, and we will say thank you to each and every one of you who are watching or watching this later. Thank you to our guides and those that guide us through our day. Please, in your own mind, just give thanks for something that you're grateful for today. And we hope and intend for this message to go straight to your heart and be of value to you going forward in your life, as much as it does for us. It enriches us to be able to speak with each other and speak to you. I invite you to go forth into your day with love in your hearts. When you're ready, open your eyes and we will bid you farewell. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you all.
Please feel very welcome to ask us any questions if you feel the need. So much love to you all, and we shall see you for a chat next week. Bye for now.